Shalom YouTube. We back with another video. So there has been things surfacing online of I'm gonna use the word allegedly and allegations on actor and director Mel Gibson making a 4-part document series on the 34 billion global child sex trafficking market invading countries like Ukraine. Right, so this is going everywhere online, you know what I'm saying? There's titles of this, but what you need to know is that that's false. He's not doing a 4-part documentary. In fact, there is I don't know if it's a movie or document, but they had that confused. So there is something called It's Happening Right Here, right? That's the title of this. I think it's a documentary. Yeah, it's a documentary. It's a title. And it's titled It's Happening Right Here. And it's being released by Operation Underground Railroad. And this is a documentary which is very shocking, but it exposes the way child sex traffickers are infiltrating nearly every big city and small town in the United States. And this documentary, it includes, you know what I'm saying, interviews with, surviving victims, with survivors, of course, including one girl who was trafficked starting at the age of 10 years old, just a few blocks from her grandparents' home. And the documentary shows exactly, how predators are using social media, online video games, websites, and cell phone applications for luring and sextortion and trafficking. So that it's a documentary called It's Happening Right Here. You know what I'm saying? It's bringing an awareness, especially for parents with children, so you can be very aware of what's going on. And this is very true, and this is very real. And it's very interesting when I read about the documentary, how they showing you how the predators get you through social media, online video games, websites, cell phones, etc. What I noticed when I was playing my video games back then, the PS4, Xbox One, and all that stuff. Back then, while I was playing it, I used to get messages out of the blue. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was more peaceful when the Xbox 360 and the PS3 was out with the inboxes. But as PS4, PS5, like when these systems started advancing, I noticed while I was on the PS4, while I was playing, that I was getting weird messages, and scammers was just going crazy online. And I was getting messages of people portraying as women, or click open a link to win a certain amount, or I would just get certain inboxes from certain people with certain gamer tags, you know what I'm saying? And they were just saying a lot of weird things, and if I would click it, it would start a convo. Because when I was playing video games back then, I wasn't using the headpiece, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would play online games, and I would just play, online with people when I had the PS4, and, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was just playing online. And I didn't really talk to people. I was just playing, but I was noticing that I was getting a lot of weird messages from people. So I could understand that they are definitely targeting. These people are doing everything in their power to target your children, because they know that your children operates on these things. So It's Happening Right Here is a documentary. I believe it's out already. You can get it on I think on Amazon Prime, Apple TV, all that stuff. Even those of you who know sites that you can watch free streaming movies, especially that's in the theater, those little websites. You know, there's always ways to watch things online. But yeah, that's a documentary that's out, and it's bringing an awareness to people, to parents. So, the allegations of Mel Gibson's 4-part docuseries about, you know, sex trafficking, I believe they had that mixed up because, you know, a lot of sites was talking about that. But at the same time, um, Mel Gibson, you know, it's happening right here. I think they got that mixed up with that documentary, with that. And Mel Gibson helped edit the new movie that dropped today, I believe, today, Sound of Freedom, The Sounds of Freedom, which is another movie by James, that's starring James Caviezel. I'm sorry if I'm saying his last name wrong. He was the actor that played Yeshua, Jesus, in the movie The Passion of the Christ. That actor, very good actor. So it's starring him. So Tim Ballard, the founder of Operation Underground Railroad, has said Mel Gibson sought the organization's help in getting about a dozen orphans out of Ukraine during the Russian invasion last year. And also, Mel Gibson is helping to edit the Sound of Freedom movie that dropped today. You know what I'm saying? So Mel Gibson he's participating and he's been helping. You know what I'm saying? Mel Gibson provided valuable intelligence on child trafficking to the founder of anti-sex trafficking charity Operation Underground Railroad, which abbreviation is OUR. Okay, so Mel Gibson has his, you know what I'm saying? He's helping out there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, It's Happening Right Here was created and directed by Emmy Award winner director Nick Nanton and Emmy Award winning story producer Katie. I don't want to say the last name wrong. Is Tschhopp. So I don't know if it's Tischop. Sorry if I'm saying it wrong, but that's the last name. So it was these two that directed. You know what I'm saying? That had an involvement in that documentary. And also, there is a YouTube video that I stumbled across. You know, I don't know if the choppers is out. There you go. Noise campaign, you know what I'm saying? Monitoring spirits, the gang stalkers, they gotta be out. Especially when it comes to truth talkers that's talking about demons, Satan's operations, spiritual warfare, sex trafficking, the things that brings awareness to people about righteous things. You know, they gotta listen. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we're gonna still keep talking. So there's a YouTube video that I stumbled across, and it's on Nick Natton's page, and the title is Now to Next with Nick Natton Special Edition: Human Trafficking in Uncertain Times. Now I'm still watching that video, and it's very interesting. So I suggest those who have kids, even those who don't have kids, just to bring an awareness of what's going on. It's good to watch. And after this video, if I'm able to, I'm going to drop the link of that video down below. You know what I'm saying? And if I can't do it, I named the title of that video so that way you can go search yourself. But I'm going to try to drop it in there so that way you can watch the link yourself. You know? But yeah, man, child sex trafficking is very, very real. And that movie, The Sounds of Freedom, came out today. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it would be nice to... I'm going to try to, you know what I'm saying, get a chance to catch it. If I can't in the theater, when it comes out on one of those streaming sites that I usually do, like, that I watch to watch these movies, I'll catch it on there. But I'm definitely not going to miss that. That's definitely an eye-opener and definitely a movie that you want to watch. You know what I'm saying? Jim Caviezel, I keep saying his last name wrong, man. Caviezel. Sorry if I'm saying his last name wrong, but you guys know who I'm talking about. The actor who played the Passion of the Christ. You know what I'm saying? He played Yeshua. If you're not aware, he was actually struck by lightning while filming the Passion of the Christ. And he had to have heart surgery because he was struck by lightning on his last shot of the day. You know what I'm saying? He was playing the role of Yeshua. And I think that movie itself changed his belief to become that. You know what I'm saying? And You know, he actually he got a video of him. He has a video of him, his testimony, which is him letting you know about him being struck by lightning on the set of The Passion of the Christ. He has his testimony on that. And he also has a prayer, which is it sounds very nice. And he's praying in Aramaic, right? So if you're not aware, that's the language that Yeshua spoke, was Aramaic. You know what I'm saying? So he got a prayer in Aramaic. And it sounds nice. It's just, that language is very nice. So when he had his testimony and he was talking about he got struck by lightning on the last shot, and, you know, while filming The Passion of the Christ, he got hit with, you know what I'm saying? He was sick in that movie. He was going through so much because he was playing the role of Yeshua. So he was going through exactly what Yeshua went through. You know what I'm saying? This movie it's not a made-up story. He was literally playing the role of a man who is Lord of Lords, King. Yeshua is the King of Kings, Lord of Lords. You know what I'm saying? He is the Savior. So that movie was based off him, and he was playing the role of Yeshua, and he literally went through everything that Yeshua went through. So, you know, his testimony took Romans 8:13 to like a whole nother level. And in Romans 8, chapter 8, verse 13, it says, "For if you live according to the flesh, you will die. But if by the Spirit you put to death the deeds of the body," the flesh, "you will live." You know what I'm saying? So he was going through all of that. He was getting sick, but he was playing the role of Yeshua, so he had to do the things, all what Yeshua went through. He had to act it out so everybody can have an idea of what, you know what I'm saying, what Yeshua went through. And I'm gonna tell you right now, that movie, you know what I'm saying, when I saw that in the movie theaters, it did something to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you cannot watch that movie and watch it with a serious face and just with no emotion and no feeling at all. That movie is going to hit you. It's going to hit you. You're going to feel it in your spirit. You're going to cry. Or the movie is so sensitive because it's real. It's so sensitive that you either can't finish watching the movie, or you're not going to want to watch it at all because of what you heard and seeing certain clips of the beating and the brutality. But it's that's what really happened. So that movie has a lot of, you know, it's going to touch your spirit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a type of person that, you know, it's at the time it was very hard to cry. You know, I would watch a drama movie, I would watch certain movies, and I'd be like, you know, I would feel certain scenes, or certain scenes would not be tearjerkers. You know what I'm saying? But when it came to this movie, it just hit me different. And I was just watching the movie theater, and it was just, boom, it just came out. I was like, yo. You know, so that movie, it's the truth, yo. It touches your soul, touches your spirit. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, the movie that dropped today, The Sound of Freedom movie is based off a true story. It's based off the true story of Tim Ballard. So the actor in that movie that Jim is playing, he's playing Tim Ballard. That's his story. So I'm glad that his story is being leaked and is being exposed for the world. You know what I'm saying? And Tim Ballard he's a former Homeland Security special agent who has devoted himself to fighting child sex trafficking, you know, and he funded Operation Underground Railroad. So Operation Underground Railroad is a United States-based anti-sex trafficking nonprofit organization founded by Tim Ballard. The organization has conducted multiple sting operations, some outside the United States, and donated technological and monetary resources to law enforcement agencies that combat sex trafficking. Sex trafficking is very real. It's in your face. It's exploited. Like I said, all of you who's being gang stalked by these demons, Satan's agents, gang stalking is also led to human trafficking and Satanism, because this is all Satan. You know what I'm saying? So many children are being kidnapped. So many children are being abducted. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got to ask yourself, how many undergrounds do we have in this world that they don't know about, that we don't know about, but they are using people like underground? How many secret places are like that? Ask yourself, even the train stations that you go to, certain doors that you see that seems private, or certain train stations that have certain stuff that got the chains on it, but it goes underground, and supposedly it was an old railroad. Like it was an old station, but now it's not used no more. But you see how it's caged up, gated, and locked, and it goes down to somewhere. Ask yourself these questions. Do these people use these kind of entryways for trafficking and all that? Because sex trafficking brings in 34 billion a year in revenue. You know what I'm saying? And it's in your community. It's everywhere you go. And it's in plain sight. And they do it in a way to put it in a public place with a lot of people, so that way it won't look like that person is being trafficked. You know what I'm saying? But it's happening. You know what I'm saying? You see it. You know what I'm saying? All these kids is being abducted. All these kids is being trafficked. All these kids is being sold. All these kids to the higher ups, people with money, because they're making a lot of money of this. You know what I'm saying? They're selling all your kids. They're selling kids. You know what I'm saying? Look at that ship off of Greece during the Titan story that didn't get talked about. That ship had a whole bunch of migrants, and it capsized. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people were dying, and supposedly those people just watched. But what they didn't tell you was that 100 children have gone missing when that ship, you know what I'm saying, it derailed, capsized. You know what I'm saying? However you want to say it, when it flipped over, when it started sinking, they're not telling you that 100 children have gone missing, and that well, it was 9, I believe, that were rescued. 7, 9. I don't want to get it wrong, but they, not 9 people, I believe, that were rescued. They got arrested because forced smuggling, including the captain himself. That article doesn't get exposed, or about those kids ages 5 to 10 years old in that house in Boston with a dead trans body on the floor, laid out, and they had sex toys and drugs. And there was men in the house that were wearing wigs, and they denied when first responders came about those children. They denied it at first. They denied it, but then they got caught eventually when they found those kids cramped. These articles, these stories ain't going around, huh? Your children are the target. Nobody's talking about that man at the LGBTQ parade, at the Pride parade. They're not talking about that man that was in the parade, shirtless and just in underwears, dancing, while there were little children there looking at that. Little children, very, very young. They don't talk about that. There was a man there dancing and twerking in underwears. Huh? You notice that a lot of the kids are being sexualized, yo. Kids are being sexualized. Their children are the targets. Satan is targeting your children. You know what I'm saying? They're not telling you that when they traffic these children, they're not telling you that when these children are trafficked, yes, these children are sold to people with higher ups and all that. They're not telling you that while they're being sold, they are having sex with these people forcefully. Some of these kids are coming out pregnant during when they have sex with these people, because these people are breeding children. You know what I'm saying? They're breeding babies. They have to do things for Satan, because this is all for Satan. These people worship Satan. These people are demons. Demons are behind all of this. All right? And what they're not telling you is, because when you worship Satan, which is what they do, Satan requires blood sacrifices. So these children are coming out pregnant, and they're killing the babies. They're killing babies. They're scaring the babies so they could get that adrenochrome. That's real talk. That's real talk. That's what they're doing. They're doing blood rituals. They're doing sacrifices on these children. They kidnapping them. You know what I'm saying? And it's in your neighborhood. It's in your community. It's in plain sight. They walking past you. These people walking with these children, these kids, a lot of them don't even know where they're at, where they're going, but the person next to them is so, you know what I'm saying, so controlling that everything around you is all scripted. It's scripted. That's why when they do their little You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's demons talking to each other, but gang stalking is on a whole nother level, man. Gang stalking is human trafficking, sex trafficking, and Satanism, because you're having your spiritual warfare. You're seeing the demons jump into people, yo. Demons are behind this, yo. Like I said, you're seeing things through the flesh, but our battle is not against flesh and blood. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. There are spirits behind this. This is Satan's kingdom, and there are people who are under demonic control. And there are people walking among you who is not human. Demons take forms of humans, you know what I'm saying? So you have people that walk among you in this world. Even the higher-ups that ain't human. They are straight demons. Straight demons, yo. But you got people who are under MK Ultra who don't know what's going on. Then you got people who do, because you have people who worship him. You got witches, you got warlocks, you got sorcerers, you got psychics, mediums, and all that out here, deceiving people, conjuring up familiar spirits and demons. But yeah. Oh, and another thing, if you are unaware, because I wasn't unaware, but when I came across this was very shocking. But you can, Wall Street Journal has a news article, and that was on the front page. Even if you Google it, it's there. Wall Street Journal has a news article, right? Instagram connects vast pedophile network. That's right. The Meta units systems for fostering communities have guided users to child sex content. Company says it is improving internal controls. Platforms help connect and promote a vast network of accounts openly devoted. I heard a honk. See, noise campaign when you tell the truth. Openly devoted to the commission and purchase of underage sex content, according to investigations by the Wall Street Journal and researchers at Stanford University. That was on the front. That's on the front article on Wall Street Journal, and you can Google this because that article was there. But yet, when you speak like this, when you speak like about gang stalking and exposing the truth and Satan's tactics, they label you crazy. All the truth tellers are the ones being targeted, because people like you and I, they don't want this kind of stuff being exposed. They don't even want people talking like this. They don't want to bring awareness to people. They don't want that. They don't like righteous people. They don't even like people making videos of righteousness or exposing things like this. They don't like that. They don't want that. They don't. But what you got to understand is that it's real. Sex trafficking is real. And they're trafficking your children. They're trafficking children. Especially in the orphanages. The orphanages is where they love it at. The kids that go from household to household, they love that. You know what I'm saying? That's why you need masculine men. That's why you need masculinity. And now you see why they're trying to kill it. By doing all of this, they don't want masculine men who can talk like this and can confront it. They don't want that. So they doing so much things, distractions for. They're having lust be introduced like crazy to have men lust, and when you start lusting, you are distracted because all you're worrying about is sex. You're worrying about pleasuring yourself and going to the next one, to the next one, to the next one, to the next one, that you're not focusing on the things of this world. You know what I'm saying? The real truth, because you're so, you know what I'm saying? You're so distracted by lust, but they're not telling you the secret while you're on semen retention. Is the secret is that you can focus, get on your purpose, your testosterone goes up, your aura goes up. You have a light. I'm telling you, it's a whole different ball game when you want semen retention, and they don't want that. They don't want people to know about that. That's why they show you everything what they show you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, where's the outrage on that? Huh? Where's the outrage on the on that pride parade where that man was just dancing in underwears, and there was children watching. And when the camera showed those children, you saw certain kids waving the flag, and they were chanting. But then you saw certain children there as well that looked confused, that looked lost, and looked at this man, and you could see it in their face. They looked like, I shouldn't be looking at this, or they were just confused. They were. But you see what they're doing. They're forcing this on your children. Look at Disney now. Disney now is just, they don't even get me started on that. Then you gotta ask yourself, how many children do go missing in Disney? Because there is a video of a man. There is a video of a man who was outside of Disney, right? There is a video. This man was outside of Disney, didn't even go through the front entrance of the Disney, didn't have to use, you know what I'm saying, when you have to show your hands or the little code things to make the little mouse light up to green to enter. This man did not even go into the entrance. In fact, the man was outside of Disney World, but he found a cave. And this cave that he found, he explored the cave. And this was from outside of Disneyland. He was outside of Disney, found a cave, entered this cave, did what he did through this cave. Because apparently, and let me use the word allegedly, not about the video, but allegedly, what they say about Disney World in Florida and other places in Disney, that Disney has a lot of secret entrances. Not only does it have a lot of secret entrances, but there are a lot of stories that goes on behind things that go on in Walt Disney World about, you know, sex trafficking, and the pets be there and they do things with children in these places. So there are alleged stories, but there is a video of a man who was outside of Disney, found a cave, went into this cave, explored it, kept it on film, and when he finished that cave, when he finished exploring, the cave led him right into the damn park. It led him somewhere in the park, but he was in the park, and he entered through this damn cave from the outside. And when he entered the park, he was somewhere. He wasn't even near the entrance to the security to sign in. He was somewhere in the park, but he got in the park without doing any of that. He found the secret cave outside of Disney, outside of the theme park, walked in it, and found his way in the park. Because when he explored it, he had the video, and you saw random families in the park with their children walking, and he was inside the theme park without going through the front entrance of the theme park. He found a secret hidden cave in the outside of the park and entered that way. And you think that these people don't use these kind of theme parks to find your children and find the children by themselves and snatch them up real quick and take them to whatever secret caves and secret places that they know in these parks, and then you don't see your child no more? Huh? Just like the story of this woman that, you know what I'm saying, let me use the word allegedly again, but they got an audio of this woman telling a story, and it was on Instagram. She found her daughter was missing, right? Children came out the bathroom. Her daughter was missing. And as soon as she went right back into that bathroom, she heard like somebody had somebody's mouth covered. And when she opened that stall, because she looked underneath the stalls and she saw like human, like feet. But she heard the way how it sounded. And when she opened that door, she saw a man already shaving her daughter's hair and already putting boy clothes on her. When she found her daughter, she already, that person, allegedly, that person in the bathroom stall was already shaving her daughter's head and already putting boy clothes on her. I need to wake up and pay attention, man. Because this is actually more spiritual, but yes, this is all physical, but sex trafficking is real. It's in your community. A lot of the people who's involved in this, you know what I'm saying? It's in your community, everywhere you walk. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. When you spiritual, when you awaken, you got to see who's who. Because sometimes the kids with their parents, you don't even know if that's their parent or not. You know? Just like Pizzagate allegedly. You know what I'm saying? Look at how these Hollywoods talk about pizza. The Adam Sandler. You know what I'm saying? Jennifer Aniston. You know, allegedly when they were and when they were on the Ellen DeGeneres show. You know, let me use the word allegedly again, but they were talking about pizza, and then they keep using pizza. They even use pizza as the emoji for code words. Pedos, they have code words. So allegedly pizza, when they use the emojis, is representing kids, and supposedly a map as well for kids. But you saw how they were talking about pizza. And then the piece of gate and all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that go on and highly weird with the higher ups. It's real. But the spiritual aspect of it is they are sacrificing children. They are kidnapping children. They are having sex with these children. These children are coming out pregnant. They are killing the baby. They're scaring the baby first. They're scaring it to get the adrenochrome. Because their baby has to be terrified. You know what I'm saying? They gotta fear that baby. They gotta get that baby scared. And then they do the blood ritual. They sell it. Adrenochrome. I'm telling you, yo. It's a sick world we live in. It's a sick world. But yeah, man. The Sound of Freedom movie is out. It came out today. I'm going to try to catch it. And if I can't, I'm going to wait and see when it's on stream. You know what I'm saying? One of the live streams. And then I'm going to watch it. But that is a movie. The Sound of Freedom is a movie. Definitely should be watched. Has to be watched. Especially if you are a parent with children. I highly recommend that movie. I highly recommend you watch that movie even with your children. Bringing awareness to your children. That's why I keep telling you. Watch be very mindful of what your children are listening to. And be very mindful of what your children are watching. I'm telling you, man, they're doing witchcraft. They're doing spells in their music. They're doing witchcraft and spells on the TV. Pray for discernment, you know what I'm saying? And if you're going to watch certain things, make sure it's not too crazy. But pray that nothing comes out through the TV. Pray that your soul and your spirit doesn't get triggered and bothered. But you shouldn't even be... You know what to watch and what to listen to. You know what I'm saying? You know what's okay, what's acceptable, what's not acceptable. You know. And if you stumble across something that's not and it's doing something to you, flick it right away. But yes, have a conversation with your children, man. Bringing awareness to them. Watch what they're watching. Watch what they're doing. Because they are the targets. Your children are the targets. Satan is coming after them. You know what I'm saying? It's the truth. They're coming after your kids. They're coming after them. You know? It's a sick world we live in. It's a corrupt world. It's a sick world we live in. And then they want to talk about, they want to control your money. They want to bring, because they love to play fear. Satan is fear. You know, don't worry about nothing about, it's fear and control. But they want to talk about we have no money, this, and that. But all your money, your tax dollars is going into this program, huh? Gang stalking, COINTELPRO, having innocent people stalked and watched. They don't tell you where your tax money goes to because all your money is going into these illegal operations. All of your money. Come on. So yes, man. Parents, be very wise on what your kids is watching and listening to. Look at how the media, because we already know the media is satanic. We already know that the media pushes out certain things that they want people to push out. Right? They got a job to do for Satan. Go outside. And when you look at how the young youth, these young children, look at how they're dressing. Just look at how they dress now. You just shake your head and you just go, you are too young to be dressing the way that you are dressing. And you also got to look at that parent that's with that child, allowing their child to dress that way. Not realizing that they're sexualizing their kid and their kid is out here looking a certain way and you got these people who's going to start looking at the child. You know what I'm saying? And another thing is, for all you parents out there, be careful when you want to put your children on social media. When you take all these pictures of your children and your babies and all that, be careful with that. Because you don't know if somebody is out there, especially if you put your stuff public. But even so, be careful. Don't even be taking pictures of your children anywhere, like, you know what I'm saying, and posting it online. Because you don't know that this person or people is out there looking at your children, taking pictures of your children from what you post, and they're putting their your child without you being aware. And they're putting your children on these websites, this the you know what I'm saying, the black market, the dark web and all this stuff. And your kids' pictures is floating online and they're getting paid for your kids' pictures. And then they might want more things out of that. You know what I'm saying? So be very mindful of who your kids is talking to online too. Because they're definitely going to want to know your address. There's certain ways how they talk to children to groom them. They know what they know what to say and what to do. So yes, The Sound of Freedom is out. When you get a chance, make sure you watch it. I highly recommend it. I'm gonna make sure to watch that movie. And that other documentary that I believe is out already, but it's called It's Happening Right Here. That's out as well. Those are what you should watch, for sure. And it's bringing an awareness of what's going on here, for sure. This world is not all colors, no rainbows, no flowers, you know what I'm saying? It's a spiritual battle, and the Most High is coming. And he's coming back, he's going to judge the world, yo. He's going to judge the world. Which is why repent, get right with him, stay at peace, you know what I'm saying? Bring an awareness to the world for those who need to know what's up with this dark, dark world. Absolutely. You know, and I find it interesting that Instagram is connecting with vast pedophile networks, right? That they're the media unit system for fostering communities have guided users to child sex content. Company says it is improving internal controls platforms, help connect and promote a vast network of accounts openly devoted to the commission and purchase of underage sex content. But yet when you talk like this, or when you put other content and share information that's important, they want to cancel you. They want to cancel you, or they want to block what you say. You know what I'm saying? That's what they want to do. They want to cancel you, or they want to censor what you say. But stuff like this, they allow, but they want to censor those who speak the truth and bring this awareness. They want to censor that. And they want the whole world to go against people like you and I who speak this truth, who speak about gang stalking, who speak about spiritual warfare, who speak about the things that, you know what I'm saying, who's exposing the kingdom of darkness. You know what I'm saying? Who's bringing an awareness, regardless of what it is, but it's a positive awareness, and awareness to the world. They want to cancel you. That's why you become a target. Even though you've been a target since birth, you know what I'm saying? The Matrix was a documentary. You start seeing everything for what it really is. This is spiritual. There's demons behind this, yo. But in reality, Satan needs blood. Satan needs sacrifices. What's the easiest? Children. They're kidnapping children. They're kidnapping children and they're selling them all over the world. This is a global thing. This isn't only in your community. This isn't only in one state, country. This is global. All over the world. All over the world. But best believe, where you live at, in your community, they have people out there that they're kidnapping children and they're doing things in your own community. You know what I'm saying? The occult comes to your community. These Masons, these devil worshippers, the witches, warlocks, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you gang, so they come into your community. They lie on the targets. They move witches. They put witches and warlocks into the neighborhood, new faces. I already said that earlier in one of my videos, talking about why you start seeing a lot of new faces when you become a targeted individual. When Satan's agents is coming after you, you start seeing a lot of new faces. Everyone's involved in it. But yeah, trafficking is in your neighborhood. Occults be in your neighborhood. Witches, warlocks move in. They do witchcraft on you. They do so much. Spiritual aspect. But yes, adrenochrome, they're murdering babies, yo. They are murdering babies and doing rituals on their blood, yo. They're killing children too. And humans. And animals. Cannibalism, they are doing that. They're cutting pieces of body. Eating it. Drinking the blood. Putting the blood all over them. You remember the movie Hostel? When I say Hostel, I was in high school when the first Hostel movie came out. What, you think that's not real? You think that's not real? Now the other Hostel movies, yeah, it was just trash. You know what I'm saying? But speaking of Hostel Part 2, you think they don't do blood rituals like that? And when I mean like that, you saw the girl that was underneath. They had that girl hung upside down. And you saw the girl underneath. She had a scythe. You know what a scythe is, right? A scythe. That's the weapon supposedly the Grim Reaper holds. The scythe. And she cut the girl's neck, sliced her neck, while the girl was upside down. And the girl was on the bottom, bathing in her blood. She was getting turned on by it too, as it poured on her. You think that's not real? You think they don't do rituals like that? Hollywood, what they put out to you, and when they make scenes like this, and when people go, how can somebody think like this? Or that's real. That's a ritual that's happening in your face. That's a blood ritual. That woman was a sacrifice. They're doing things for the devil, for Satan. That was real. You know what I'm saying? So when you see things and when these movies put out things, that's a reality of this world. So Hostel Part 1, when I saw that movie, I saw all of them. Hostel 1, it was in high school. That's real. Remember when the lady told him the art show? You know, when all his friends went missing, right? And when he was being dragged, you saw the rooms that he was looking at. And in each room, people were being tortured and things was happening to people. But these people paid. They paid money to do things on individuals. You think that's not real? You think that's real? Especially when the man went to save, I don't know if the lady was Chinese or Asian. You remember that in Hostel Part 1 when the guy went back to save the lady? Right? Did you listen to what the man said that was torturing that lady? Did you listen to what he said? Because what he said was a reality. You know what I'm saying? When the guy came back for that girl to rescue her, the guy was already using a torch on her face, right? He looked back at the guy and looked at him and said, hey, buddy, I paid for this room. There's a lot of sick things that go on as well, but these people pay money. You know what I'm saying? Why you think they be doing things with with your liver, with your insides? Well, you think they ain't just... These doctors ain't... You got some corrupt doctors out there in this world that they be taking people's body parts and giving it illegally to people. Come on, man. There's a lot of things going on in this world that's dark and wicked. Very dark. Very wicked. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's just crazy. Oh, I got another story to say about gang stalking. You know, I've been talking to you about gang stalking, so I'm not gonna say about the color coding and all that. You know, I'm not gonna say the tactics or what they do because they haven't done nothing new yet. But you can go back to my videos and you clearly see I'm exposing it, I'm talking about it. It's all spiritual warfare. There's demons in these people, you know. But the interesting thing is, right, I went and got myself coffee. I went into this park, right? I took pictures, of course. I ain't gonna post it up there, but I got my own little evidence. So I took pictures, because you know what they do. So I went into the park. I sat down at a bench and started drinking my coffee. Iced coffee. First of all, the park had a whole bunch of kids there, right? Everybody's planted. So they have kids doing certain things, right? Because you're the target. So remember they're lying on you. They're framing you. They're taking pictures of you. They're creating a fake narrative on you chosen ones. You know what I'm saying? Because those of you who expose gang stalking, expose darkness, expose wickedness, bring awareness of the truth and the reality of this world, you become a target. They don't like people like you and I who speak like this. They don't like that. So you become a target. So they got to make your life a living hell, or they got to create a story. You know what I'm saying? So they got to do what they got to do, right? To people who are part of the gang stalking as well, or people who's not, but they got demons in them, to believe the lies and just keep following you. You know what I'm saying? They trying to dim your light. You got your light. Anyway, So they had the children in the park doing what they were doing. I was minding my business. I was enjoying the trees. The Most High was showing me stuff in the sky, right? It started to thunder, lightning. Plus, there were certain lights that he showed in the sky. I was looking at nature. I wasn't focusing on the people there. Though, remember what I told you. You can see a whole room without seeing. You can see your surrounding, and you can see a whole room, and you can see a whole bunch of people, how they look, how they dress, how they act, without even making not one eye contact with people. So you know what I'm saying? Your peripherals, you can examine things without looking at people. So after they were doing what they were doing, this guy came, right? He was wearing red. This guy came and he was wearing red. He had kids with him on the bike. So the kids were wearing blue and red. Then another guy that was next to him was wearing blue. So that whole group was in red and blue. They're co-colors. You know what I'm saying? This is what they do. So they were doing their co-colors. Over there, like on the bench, there was another guy acting like he was on the phone, but he was wearing little co-colors. And you had the cop car driving by in the park. See, they want to put the cop cars when you go into a park just because you want to sit down and relax, but because you're the target and they line on you, they gotta be they had to put a cop car in there to circle. And as many times as I walk past this park, I don't really see cops in there like that. But the second I decide to sit down inside the park, all of a sudden there's a cop car with the lights on and is driving around. Mind you, I see the people, they do with their little tactics. They had the children drive by in front of me with their colors. Some of them would just stay there. They'll look at their handler. Then they'll look at me. And then they'll do that. And then the cop would just drive by, you know what I'm saying, slow. Police intimidation. That's what the police do, because they are involved in it as well. You know what I'm saying? Law enforcement is in on gang stalking. You know what I'm saying? The fusion centers, the FBI, the CIA, they're all in on this, yo. From everyone is not a target, but when you become a target, you'll know when you wake up. Spiritual, you know what I'm saying? But you become a target when you decide to go with the Most High. And a lot of you as well have been a target, and you have been chosen since birth. But you didn't know what was taking place in your life until later on when you became spiritually awakened. You know, so a lot of things, you was being watched all your life. This was all happening all your life. You just wasn't unaware. You was asleep like the rest. You know, but yeah, I had to say that. I was in the park just chilling, and they had to do the police intimidation. The cops was driving real slow, circling. They had the people in their coat colors. You know what I'm saying? I got the pictures. I got the proof. You know what I'm saying? You had people stopping by my way. You know what I'm saying? Then you had girls walk by. They were looking at me, and they were making a certain face. I was like, oh, man, I already saw the succubus, the Jezebel. I already saw it. This is all spiritual. But yes, man, spiritual warfare is real. This world is dark, and everything is all coming to light. But yeah, it's happening right here. It's a documentary that should be looked into. And the movie that just came out today, The Sound of Freedom. Those of you who have children, parents, watch it. I recommend watching that. You know what I'm saying? And those who don't have children, watch it. So you have an idea of what's taking place, man. Seriously. Seriously. This needs to be exposed, yo. It's crazy. So don't be listening to them. I mean, you already see what's happening, and we already going into a cashless society. So the mark of the beast is presenting itself. You saw some certain stores, right, that people are doing certain things to shop. It's slowly making its way around the world, slowly. Some of these places, I think they're doing tests to see how things work. But sooner or later, it's going to happen. That mark of the beast is going to present itself. The Antichrist is going to reveal himself. I mean, the spirit is rampant everywhere, but the main one, the Antichrist, the one who's gonna be the face of the world when that all of it happens, because it's supposed to happen. The one who's gonna be the face is going to present himself. They are gonna try to make a one world religion, just like they're already doing one world government. They want all of this. Gang stalking is the new silent Holocaust. This is part of the New World Order. This is their plan. Not realizing that the gang stalkers themselves are being watched as well. When that demon leaves, another one, they stalking them. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, these people look at you. The demon in them is following your light. But the people controlled. Their carnal eye, their mind, how they think. They're looking at you with a fascination. They're looking at you with an envy. But at the same time, these people sold out. They sold themselves and they gave in to this program. So they are a slave. They have to do everything for Satan. They have to. So they look at you because you got a light. You with the chosen one. I mean, you with the Most High. You are chosen one. You with the Most High. The Most High is leading you to salvation. You found the light. They don't like that because you are walking to salvation. You know what I'm saying? You got a light in you. They don't like that. They want to dim your light. Not only that, they got a lot of envy in you because a lot of them gave into the program. They quit it. They quit. They gave up. They sold out. They're doing things for money, for rewards. But they don't even know that once they get caught, all that money they made, they got to give it back. And they're going to do jail time. It's a felony. Come on, man. But they got to make it in a way so it won't look like that in the public eye. They got it's done in a fashion. Man, chosen ones, you know what's up. You know what I'm talking about. Even those who start waking up spiritually, you're going to see it. It's so obvious. It's so obvious. And you're going to know you're the target because they all do it around you. They all do. Notice when people walk past you. That's how you know you're a target. When they walk past you, only you, right? Even those who haven't woke up yet, who, when they wake up, you're going to see it. When you're the target, when they're after you, these people in the occult, the elites, the demons, the Agent Smith, Satan's agents. When Satan is coming after you, he's throwing his army at you. And you're going to know you're gang stalked because everyone around you is going to wear red and blue. Everyone around you, even if they're not wearing the color codes, but their handler is somewhere. Everyone around you is going to look at their handler. Everyone around you is going to be walking past you, chosen one. Everyone around you is going to be touching a part of their body. Ain't nobody walking past you, minding their business or having a smile or jolly. No, when you're the target, everyone around you is looking at their handler or they're doing signs. When you're the target, that's how obvious it is. Then you're going to see the lights. You're going to see all that. And the reason is because, yes, they are talking to one another. That's how they symbol each other. But at the same time, you got to understand you're irritating people's demons without even trying and without even saying a word. You're irritating people's demons. You're bothering it. Because your light, chosen one, exposes their dark. They don't like that. Your light exposes their dark, their darkness, their dark. And you're irritating it without even trying. You know, that's what I'm telling you. Pray for discernment, sharpen your discernment. Because you're going to know off the rip who is who. You're going to know who's who. They can't hide it when it comes to you. Especially if you are a chosen one. Especially if you are awakened. Especially if the Most High chose you and you can see this. And He allows it. They can't hide it from you. They can't. It don't matter. Even if they try to be low with it. No, they cannot hide it from you. You're going to irritate somebody without even trying. But it's the demon in them that you're bothering. So they are going to, they're going to be fidgety. They're going to do their codes. You're just making people uncomfortable. Their spirit. You're making their demons uncomfortable. You're irritating it. And it's only with you because you got a light. And your light is so bright in the spiritual world. Your aura is so bright. Your energy is so high and good. Your frequency is so high and is good. That aura, that light. And then especially you want semen retention. Your testosterone's like this. Your masculinity is going up like this, man. You know what I'm saying? And everybody senses it, feels it, and sees it. You are the spotlight in this world. Even if you're a person who likes to be private, who don't like all eyes on them, because I'm a type of person, I don't like all eyes on me. I like to be private. I like to be quiet. But when you become chosen, spiritually awakened, and you got Satan's agents after you, you got these demons coming after you, and the monitoring spirits are using people, gang stalking you, trying to set you up, using kids and everything. When you start learning about cults, elites, you know what I'm saying? Children got their own little Demolay branch, the Mace. When you start learning things, you're irritating people's demons. And your privacy, all the places you went to, and how you want to be private, it's not private no more. They really gotta be by your light, man. Everybody wanna be around you. Everybody wanna be around you. Even when they talk to you. They don't know, you know what I'm saying? They get a thrill because it's like, oh man, you got the light. You know what I'm saying? But they can't make eye contact with you for sure. They can't. You intimidate people, yo. Even if you are not, like, even if you just want to mind your business, you just want peace, but you intimidating people, you irritating their demons, man. And then there's some who aren't part of this, which is why you got to pray for discernment. And some of them, they see your light. They feel your energy. They see your aura, your frequency. They feel something special about you. You know what I'm saying? And a woman knows. A woman knows. All right? You can be in a room, right? Or let's say you just walking by and you just stop minding your business, especially if you're a chosen one and you being gang stalked, right? You can just stop. Just mind your business or on your phone or just looking around, right? And there could be a whole bunch of guys next to you, right? Or not even next to you, beside you, but you're not the only man in this area. There are men there too, right? Women can walk by and women can sense and know off the rip who is who. They're spiritual, man. But at the same time, you got spirit of lust, you know, the succubus, the Jezebel. But they'll know. They're going to look at you, especially if you're on semen retention, because half of them won't be. They will be low energy, low frequency, but you're the only one who's not doing you're not doing what they're doing. You're different. You're on semen retention. You're not smoking. You're not drinking. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, a little wine here and there, you know, but you ain't getting drunk from it. But you're not doing what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? They're constantly on low energy. You are different. So they will feel that. And all eyes will be on you. All eyes will be on you. Trust me. I've seen it. It happens. And then men who are carnal, who's not spiritual, because of course the demon is using them, they're going to look at your light. But once that demon leaves, and when they go back to their carnal state, right, they're going to look at you and look at the girl and go, why this chick, you know, why is she looking at him? You know what I'm saying? But at the time, while the demon is in them, because remember, they are controlled by demons, and demons be whispering in people's ears, every action of a person, even the sex trafficking, everything, every action of an individual is not of their free will. There's a demon behind it. There's a demon controlling them, and there's a demon behind it. On everybody in this world, a demon, a spirit, is in control of a person. So when you see people do the most vile things, say the most vile things, act out in such a way that you go, man, in the carnal mind, they're going to say he or she needs help, put them in a straitjacket. They'll say the most stupidest nonsense. But in reality, no, that person needs deliverance. That person needs to be saved. That person needs to get that demon out, because these people are possessed with demons. Demons are controlling the actions of people and what they say. It's real. It's true. Spiritual world is real. When we die, there is another world after this. This is flesh. Our battle is not against flesh and blood, yo. It's against spirits, principalities, and the heavenly realms, heavenly places, the higher-ups. You know what I'm saying? So those of you who woke up, who can bring this awareness, you're being watched and you're being stalked. Again, in the movie Matrix, the Agent Smiths were the agents. Those were Satan's agents. They were watching those who are awake, those who have awoken, those who can see what the world don't see. You're the target. Even you're the truth teller. You're bringing up scriptures. You're bringing in awareness to the world. They don't want that. And Satan has to have his agents watch you and try to sabotage you and try to lie on you. All right? So just because you see law enforcement, just because you see all of that, some are not in it, but best believe a majority and a whole bunch of them are a part of this program. They are. They're involved. Because you would irritate cops too. And it doesn't matter who they are. It doesn't matter their profession. Lawyer, doctor. It does not matter their profession, their job title. This is all spiritual. So if these people, doesn't matter their job, profession, and their title, if these people have demons in them, and you're walking past people, and even if they got a suit and tie, it don't matter. If they ain't living right and they got a demon in them, you're irritating their demons. Because it's just spiritual. Your job title doesn't mean nothing. This is a spiritual warfare. So if you got demons in you, even if you are law enforcement and a cop that's trying to help people, if you got demons in you, that demon is going to get irritated by your light, children. It does not matter. The demon in these people. it will get irritated. All right. So stay prayed up and stay safe, yo. And please be aware of what your children is watching and what your children are listening to. Protect yourself and protect your children, because Satan is coming after them. All right. Stay prayed up. To the next video.